Hello and welcome to episode 4 of our Cross Europe road trip. Brief stop on the way out of Germany just to pick some stuff up that's fallen down in the car and come across quite a sight. Now that is one long ass truck. Not only that, there's two of them. You can see they're having a little cookout and break underneath their bonnet and having a rest. Now that is what you call one long HGV. But anyway, back on the road for us. Catch you in a bit.
Good morning. We have now left the campsite in Germany and we are now on our way through Austria, but on our way to Hungary. It's a bit of a journey today, but the weather's looking nice, the roads so far quite clear, and we're excited to see what we're going to find when we get there. Germany's actually been quite nice. I didn't know what to expect from it, but there's a lot of natural beauty. Get to see that even if you're driving along, don't you? So we'll see you again soon. Let's see what we find in Hungary.
Like Eunice said, we are leaving Germany. So we are on our way to Hungary. Had a bit more traffic, as seems to be the done thing for us. Get traffic everywhere we go, but there were some nice open stretches too. But of course, another long journey. Yes, heading to Budapest. But we did stop, let us all have a little run around in the services. Kids enjoy a little bit of not so hide and seek. Just more of a run around to stretch the legs, and it was a nice sunny day, so why not? We were enjoying the beautiful weather while we could before we head back to England in a week or two's time. So yeah, a good run around in the services, and then we were back on the road heading into the outskirts of Budapest. Soon going into the middle of Budapest to cross the river. I believe it's the Danube. You got Buda on that far side there, and Pest is where we were coming from. So we were heading straight to our campsite, which I believe was called Camping Budapest or something along that lines. I will put it on screen if I'm wrong. And the architecture as we drove through the city was amazing. But we made our way to the campsite, dropped the car off, set up the tent, then hopped on a bus, and then before you know it, we were on the metro. So yes, a good transport system around Budapest, quite easy to get from the outskirts to the centre. We have made it to Budapest. We are in the metro, on our way to try some street food, hopefully. I heard they do some goulash in a bread bowl. Sounds good to me. We just got to find our way there, so let's enjoy a little walk. See if we find it. This was a very long escalator getting up from the bottom to the top. Now, we did find 1 or 2 lifts in the metro system, but for this one we couldn't find one, so we were a bit naughty and just put the pram on the escalator. Then we were up at city level and finding our way towards something we'd seen online. Now, the people in the campsite had given us directions. However, they gave us directions to the wrong place, so slight diversion, but we ended up finding it on Google again and using good old maps and finding our way there. But we enjoyed a good walk through the city, saw a few of the sights. This is one of the side roads we had to go down, where just about every little restaurant was selling goulash. So all of them advertised it. I think this one here even said it was a goulash museum. But yep, some nice little street side cafes. And now this is the place that the campsite directed us to. I think there was a misunderstanding of where we wanted to go. This was kind of a selection of bars and restaurants through a partially indoor, partially outdoor arcade kind of area. It was a good selection of stuff, and some of them did look quite nice. It just wasn't what we were looking for. We see here a Puskás bar. I think that's how you say his name. He was probably the most famous Hungarian footballer, and they seem to put his name to a lot of stuff in Budapest. So be prepared to see his name. But yeah, a very nice arcade type place to walk through. But didn't see anywhere that took our fancy over what we'd seen online, so we carried on searching for the place we wanted. And yes, he gets everywhere. Jamie Oliver's Diner in Budapest. I don't know why you'd want to go there. Travel to a random country and you go to a Jamie Oliver restaurant. Why not? Certain online YouTubers would be very disappointed if you went to a Jamie Oliver place. I could definitely see this place being a very popular venue later on in the evening. I mean, we were there sort of around 4:30, I think it must have been. But you could see it was already getting busier. A lot of people with families though, so the ones getting in before the big rush, I'd imagine, because it was quite a nice area to have some food. But we'll see where we were actually heading to soon. There's a lot of interesting murals painted on walls. There also seemed to be a lot of building work going on. But this was the place we were trying to find. It's a caravan street food area. I don't know what the full name is other than caravan. But they had a fair few local dishes that we wanted to try. But they also had some more international ones, which, when in Hungary, I'm not that bothered about. I want to try the Hungarian stuff. So there's a burger, you can get that anywhere. And you'll see what we got in a moment. So we found this caravan street food, and we've got some stuff to share, called a langos or something, and some cheesy chips, you know, because you do. So have a look at this.
Hello, hello,
Hello, hello.
hello. What?
That is the langos,
Okay.
cheese, pepperoni,
I want to
some kind of spicy mayo, and cheesy chips. We'll see how they are and let you know soon.
What do you like the most so far, Rafa?
The swings.
The swings.
What
You
about
went to a whole festival and you prefer the swings at the campsite.
Festival and the swings and the campsite.
What about the food?
Yum.
Yum yum. What was your favourite? Cheesy chips. Even better than the currywurst
And the bus and that.
the line?
and the language.
Yeah.
So you've liked everything you tried?
Everything you've eaten you've liked. Even Mummy's camp meals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You know you can't move.
and my camp meals. So we've had a good few days so far. How long have we been going?
You know like the rides.
We left on Thursday evening and it's now Monday evening, isn't it?
And I like on the rides.
You liked the rides. Which ride was the best?
The crazy clown.
The Crazy Clown?
So you said it made him easy for
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah. I think the number one breakdancer was the craziest ride.
No, I think the Joker one was way crazier.
Like the circus. Wow. We'll have to see if that makes the cut into the video.
No, that doesn't. I was you right about that too.
You know when you get too close to the camera, you can't see you. You just see like a bit of you, like your eye. Or,
Boo-boo. Papa, you see in a minute.
see you in a minute. Bye. Just found a little kiosk selling a chimney cake. Supposedly a local delicacy. Kind of shared it. It's a mess, but they're nice.
Is it nice, Ronnie?
I will. No.
This is Budapest, and it's bigger than in Germany.
Bigger than the German one. That is big, isn't it? All the way over there. Oh, Budapest is flying there. So we'll have to make our way back to the camping now. And the kids are still nice. So it was back down the massive escalators, onto the metro train, and back to the campsite, ready for a night's sleep and more adventuring the next day. Good morning from Budapest. Now, we are at Camping Arena Budapest. It is quite a packed site. but it is quite a good location, so I can see why. Well, if I show you around, you can see what I mean. Let's see if I turn this thing around. So yeah, I don't know what they're building here, maybe a new toilet block or something. But there's a toilet block just through there. As you can see, campers galore. To be honest, people with campers are probably better off here, because there are a few ambient noises, should we say. Look back over that way, just through those trees at the back there's a railway line. And also we've seen quite a few planes come in through that section of sky there. There's one in the distance over there, but not really coming into land. But yeah, you can see them coming in quite close. So it's not the quietest of sights, but not too bad during the night. We slept through. But if I go for a little walk, show you just how big this place is. See, so it goes all the way through. Some people walking dogs over there. And obviously it's still quite early, so I don't want to be talking too loudly. Good selection of nationalities here as well. A Dutch car, Italian motorhome, Spanish motorhome. You can see goes all the way down there and all the way up there. Up in the distance there is the toilet block, and we're half packed up already, ready to go. Just got to fold the tent up and get the kids in the car. But yeah, it's a good location, and it sounds like we're just about ready to get the last bits in and go. So I'll catch you on the road. So yep, having a journey out of Budapest and on our way for the next leg of our journey, we decided, why not? Let's review our journey so far. Here's what we reckon.
Hello. We are on our way to the next destination. We thought, as we've got a long drive, let's do a little recap of the places we stayed at and that.
Yeah, we're ploughing along the Hungarian motorways right now, so why not have a little chat?
Should we talk about the campsites?
Yep.
So the first one we stayed at was just a Dover, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was nice.
Sort of just outside Deal near Dover, wasn't it?
It's nothing spectacular.
Cottingham Lakes or something.
You'd have been nicer if you're into fishing, I suppose.
Yeah.
They seem to have the right facilities for that.
Yeah, there's a fishing lakes primarily, but it's just very good position for the ferry as well.
It's a quiet location as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was okay, I'd say.
The stuff was clean, usable. Wasn't. But the facilities, like the toilets, that weren't the most modern, but they were
Okay.
fine to get in and do your business.
Then when we drove down to the first stop in Germany, wasn't it? Which was near Frankfurt.
Near I think it's a lake called Weissensee, but at the moment it's dry.
Yeah, there was a little stream running along the campsite.
Yeah, but there's supposedly a lake there as well, which at the moment isn't being used due to the local authorities have not activated the dam or something.
It was quite a nice location. It was really popular.
Friendly guy, well, operating. I don't know whether he runs it or what, but he seemed like the warden or whatever, wasn't he?
Let's be honest though, it did seem like he was drunk most of the time. Whether it was in the morning or in the evening.
You never know.
It could have been him. You could just,
Was it Thomas, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but he was, he was helpful, he was polite. You got some fresh bread rolls from them in the morning.
Yeah, they come round, open up
yeah.
the boot of the car with
And the people up in the little cafe restaurant area, they
were
don't
nice.
speak a lot of English there, though.
There was one of them was okay, but she was a little bit stumbling over her own words, trying to remember the words and that.
But they were friendly as well, and the food
Yeah.
was nice from there. And it wasn't overly expensive either. It was what you expect to pay.
And when I walked in, she was kind of like, "Oh, you're a bit late for food," but because as I haven't cleaned up yet, I can do you some. So I was like, "Oh yes, please."
That was nice. I think the kids liked the currywurst, didn't they?
Yeah, they had a currywurst from there and a schnitzel. But it was a different schnitzel than they'd normally do, she said, because it had paprika and stuff in it.
I thought
It was tasty.
Yeah.
We had their weird flatbready thing as well. That was.
It looks like a pizza cross flatbread without the tomato sauce, and then it's got.
It had like a tangy cheese on it or something. Didn't
Yeah.
it? Like maybe a
It was
sandwich.
either like a type of chilies or olives on top of it. Not sure. It was okay.
Could have just been peppers.
No, it
like
wasn't
a
peppers.
pickled pepper or something.
Nah, don't think so.
They look like pickled peppers, a bit like jalapenos when they've been pickled, but they weren't spicy.
But then, anyway, we moved on from that campsite. We stayed there for one night. It was nice.
Then we did our 2-nighter.
Yes, then we moved on to the next one. The views were really nice around there, weren't they?
Yeah, it
The
was
countryside.
camping land, bay
Something.
something, yeah.
It was nice. The lady was nice and friendly. The showers were clean as well. Showers and the
That place was
bathrooms.
very clean and very like usable and modern. It
And
wasn't like brand new or anything. But
No. But I think we were also quite fortunate with our neighbours because, like, while we were setting up, the neighbours opposite just came over and offered us a beer and a wine, didn't they?
Why not?
And the people next to us from Netherlands, they were very chatty and
Yeah.
friendly. There was a little park, but at both the German campsites, there was a little park with swings and that, which was quite nice. It was a nice little touch
Yeah.
to keep the children entertained. Yeah, but I quite like the second place we stayed at. The location was really good as well.
The people there were really like that ran it were nice.
Yeah.
They're stumbling with their English, but obviously we don't expect people
No.
to speak English when we go places. But
It is funny though. They would start speaking to us in English and then switch to German
Yeah.
and then expect us to still understand
they
it.
kind of start English, switch to German, and then look at you like yes, and you're like, nope.
No, but they were lovely, and obviously Google Translate helps a lot when you're a bit stuck.
I found a few of the Germans didn't seem to like Google Translate for some
No.
reason. It's like you said, "Oh, I use this," and they're just like, "No, no, no," and you're like, "But I don't know what you're saying."
It is useful because obviously you don't want to. You can't expect to go to someone else's country and expect them to speak your language.
No.
So you just.
I'm English. Just talk louder; they will understand.
Yeah, I did think she was a bit confused because at the end I had to fill up the form that says, you have to say like what's your nationality and that, and obviously we're there with an English car, but obviously my nationality isn't British, so I was like, God, I'm Portuguese, so which one? So, but it's okay.
Yeah, there was also someone was confused because obviously the British cars have gone from having a GB on them to having a UK. And I think that's a Brexit thing. But some people seem to think that meant Ukraine. And I was like, no, Ukraine's UA. But anyway.
It was a really lovely campsite. I would definitely stay there again.
Yeah, lovely area. I mean, we kind of focused on going to the festival, so
Yeah.
if we'd have explored the area a bit more, I reckon you could have stayed there a week and still had stuff to see. I mean, even the town, was it Straubing, where the festival was, we drove through a bit of it. You could just visit the town. You don't need to go there for the festival. I mean, it looked really nice and
It was big as well.
Yeah, lots of old architecture and stuff. I think we got a bit on video, but what you can get on video and what you can see is two different things.
It's funny because the first campsite we looked at staying when we said about going to the festival, we actually drove past it, and I was
Yeah.
quite pleased that we ended up not being able to get a spot there and ended up staying where we stayed because it was so nice where we stayed.
Yeah, but then when we drove past it, we ended up parking virtually next to that
Yeah.
to go to the festival. So it would have been ideal to just get up and walk into the festival.
Yeah, but you'd have been a
But-
lot louder as well,
Yeah.
and a lot busier
Because
around
the
there.
festival goes on until midnight, so
But-
there would have been noise in the campsite. But it was only a tiny campsite as well, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
But also speaking about the festival, I think is very well organised.
Yeah.
It's it's really nice. It's a nice experience. The rides are really good. The food there is good. I mean, even the little things like providing the little water things for people. What do you call them?
Yeah, the water fountains, yeah.
They got water fountains everywhere. Even the toilets there were quite clean, which for
Yeah.
a festival is quite unusual. But
And it wasn't just the individual portaloos, they'd brought in the proper cabins and
there was someone not there all the time, and
yeah.
they would go in every so often, clean and make sure the toilet paper was topped up. I think it was really well run, and it was a nice experience.
I mean, I'd say it's definitely different experiences at the festival could be had according to what you wanted to do. So if you wanted to go there as a group of lads and sit in a beer tent or go around the beer tents, there's about 7 of them, I think. You could all go there and just have a whale of a time having your big beers, but you do have to bear in mind it was about €13 just under per litre of beer, so
It wasn't a cheap place to go. I
No.
mean, the food wasn't cheap and the rides weren't cheap, but
you go there for an
Overall,
experience.
yeah. the nuts were lovely. We got some of the honey roasted nuts at the end. The
But-
cakes were nice because we
Yeah.
tried a couple of the local cakes, didn't we? And we had that donut pizza thing, which the kids really liked as
Yeah,
well.
It's like a savoury donut. So it's almost, you could say, a bit. Well, it wasn't.
It was kind of the size of a donut, but obviously the dough bit with the tomato sauce and obviously your cheese and salami.
I was going to say a bagel, but it wasn't anything like a bagel. It was more like a donut.
Yeah.
But it was like a bread donut, wasn't it? Sort of thing. It wasn't the consistency of a bagel. It was the consistency of bread.
It was
So-
nice. Then we went back because it was nice, and we bought one to try.
Yeah.
We went back to try and get another one. It got slightly lost in translation. We ended up with something else, which was also quite nice.
Yeah, I actually preferred the second thing. So
So
quite glad that got mixed up.
yeah. So then we moved on to Budapest, which we had to start all the tolls
Yeah.
online, the vignettes.
And that's getting through Austria as well. There's tolls through
Yeah.
Austria on the roads.
Yeah, so it's Austria, Hungary,
And
and
where
then
we're going
and
next.
where we're going next as well. So that's sort, and then after, 'cause
Yep.
you said you were going to have to sort it
Yeah,
out.
look at that tonight.
But yeah, Budapest. We got a bit more traffic on the way there than planned to, which made the journey a little bit longer, but it was okay. No, it
Yeah.
was still.
We did a quick setup of the tent and then jumped on the bus and onto the metro, got into the middle.
Yeah.
We knew it was going to be a short stop there, and we knew there was going to be a lot to see that we didn't see.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even get down by the river, but sneak peek, we're going back on the way back, so we'll hopefully get a bit more then. There'll be a Budapest part 2.
The campsite we stayed at though, it was nice. It was a bit unusual because when we
Yeah.
turned up, the lady just said, "Just go along, find yourself a spot wherever you want, and set up, and then come back and check in." But
Yeah.
we just checked in there and then because we knew we wanted to go and.
Well, we'd
out
already
into
booked
town.
in online.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
It was a bit weird because obviously, you say that to people, just go and choose your own spot. Some people take advantage of it and take more room than they should do rather than
Yeah,
the
they're
one
like parked
pitch.
between them.
It was a bit
But
awkward as well because we got there at around 5ish.
Yeah.
A lot of people were already set up and they had the chairs out and that, so you
Spread
don't
the chairs out.
really know where you're gonna stop without invading people's space or what they hope to have. Anyways, anyway, we found a space.
Yeah, we had a couple
in the
of
middle.
looks of people like, don't park next to us.
So we just pulled up in the middle. It just needed to be close enough to an electric thing to plug the call box in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it's hot. so we don't want things to go off. But the campsite actually was, again, so far I think it's been my favourite. It's really clean. It's a shame it doesn't have the part for the kids, okay? But it was really clean. The toilets, spotless. Showers, spotless again. And there's an actual shower head that you can remove and wash yourself
it wasn't
with.
a fixed shower, was
Yeah.
it? So,
The kitchen, again, it's really good standard. They even they provide you with washing up liquid.
yeah.
There's big freezers that you can store your food in as well. The washing machines, they're free to use,
All included.
so it's just and it's really clean as well.
Yeah, there's two shower blocks or two toilet and shower blocks that we didn't realise at first. We thought there was only one near the entrance, and I was going to be a bit annoyed at that because it's quite a walk to get
From
to
where
the
we
toilets
stayed,
where like if you're down the end. But then we saw there's another one like behind a
Where we
wicker
were.
fence. Yeah, it was like right next to it, but it was behind the wicker fence type thing. You just walked around there and had like a newer shower block actually it was, but it was like perfectly good to use and
Yeah.
nice and clean.
I would say the only downside to that campsite, which for us it wasn't a downside, but for some people it might be, it has got a train line that runs quite close.
Yeah.
And you do hear the plane. You've got to be fairly close to the airport because you see a lot of the planes taking off and landing.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of the noise for that. Luckily for us, our kids, they sleep through most things, don't they? That's the advantage of having a noisy dog, I suppose. It teaches them to sleep through the noise. But other than that, it was really nice. It was really relaxing there as well. There was a couple of picnic tables along there as well.
And a nice bonus, but I kind of think it was the wrong way round. When we paid, because you pay when you leave, they gave us a bottle of wine. Like, that would have been nice last night, so we could have had it when we were there. But we'll have it
this is a
tonight when
thank
we get
you.
to the next place.
So in a way, it's probably better that we stay in there 2 separate nights, because then we might get a separate bottle of wine.
Oh, no.
Although otherwise, they wouldn't have given you a bottle of wine per night, did they?
No. But then I've got a theory. Eunice disagrees, she thinks it's just for anyone. But I reckon it's because we paid in florins, which is the Hungarian currency. Because most places in Hungary give you a price in florins or a price in euros. They realise they're on the edge of the Eurozone with the money. And so we played with the local currency, which I always like to do. I know when we went to Mexico years ago, we got the pesos. No one else did. Everyone paid in dollars, but people seem to appreciate it. So since that, I've always wanted to pay local. So we got some florins, and I reckon that's what happened. So if anyone else has stayed there and they still got a bottle of wine paying in euros, prove me wrong. There we go.
Well, they do have quite a lot of bottle of wines there.
Yeah, but people might buy them as well.
They might do. They might do. You were quite happy because you bought some beer.
Yeah, I bought some Staropramen, which I quite like in the UK. It's a Czech beer. But here it works out as like less than 80p a can. And they've got more versions of it. So I've bought one of them and now I'm regretting that I didn't buy all of them. So
But we hope you to stop in a supermarket in a bit so you might be able to get some more.
hopefully grab some more before we leave. Or I'll have to go there on the way back.
But also, you bought that in one of the little,
Yeah.
which to us is like a co-op or
Yeah.
like a spa that is normally more expensive
Yeah,
as
like
well.
a convenience store, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like a little corner shop type thing. It was, I wouldn't say it was small, but it was medium.
Oh,
It wasn't corner shop, but it was more co-op-y sort of thing.
The people there were really friendly as well. You know, they're really good with the kids.
I think we basically got there as they were shutting as well, because they kind of let us in. And then we quickly shopped around and there was what we go, we're shutting. So, but they
I
were
think you can
friendly.
see definitely the culture here is quite different. People are really quite friendly with the children as well. Not in a dodgy way.
It's totally different. I think in the UK, people are almost like worried that if you interact with children, people will view it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, I've noticed it in a lot of Europe that people are just interact with your kids. I mean, Lani got given a portion of McDonald's chips when we were on the metro. How does that happen? That wouldn't happen.
I think that was a hooker.
No.
Yeah. No, the people were just nice. Yeah, we were on the metro on the way back, and the family opposite, they were like playing peekaboo with her. You know, it's little bits that, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, but it actually helped her be a bit more settled on the metro because she was distracted with something.
I mean, the people who gave her the chips were fairly young lads, I'd say. I wouldn't say like teenagers.
No, I'd probably use it in their
20s.
20s.
But like, you know, in England, youngish people like that, they would just be sat there on their phone and wouldn't really care there was a kid next to them as much. I mean, I might be wrong, but that's the experience I've got with it. But yeah, they were just like quite happy to sit there playing with her and giving her a few chips, and then they end up giving her the whole portion. So, I mean,
Well, it's because they gave her 2 chips and she gave one to Rafa, and then by the time I passed the chip to Rafa, she's got the whole
the rest of
bag
the
of her.
I'm disappointed she didn't get a burger for us, but you know.
Oh well. But so far, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to do in a small amount of time. It would have been nice to stay in each of the places for a bit longer, but
It is what it is.
You know.
We've got a stay planned
yeah.
where we're ending up, and then before we come back, so we're not completely being mental and just driving for the whole holiday.
I think we do it the best that we can in the time off that we have.
Yeah, I mean this break was mostly about the destination we're actually getting to at the end of it, because originally we just wanted to fly there,
Yeah.
but due to the time of year, it was actually going to cost us more to fly there and rent a car than it would for us to just drive there.
Plus, we've got the kids' car seats already in.
Yeah.
That car is fairly comfortable. You know, the kids are quite happy and they get to just have their stuff to keep entertained on the journey, and it's actually been brilliant. I was a bit worried about doing long hours with Lani because she's obviously just under 2, but she has been really good.
7.5 at the moment, so
And I think when we do stop and we do things, we do quite a lot, and it's enough to like tire them out. And
I mean, yesterday the flying trip around Budapest was easy enough to knacker them out. By the time we got back to the tent, they were gone pretty much. So
very quickly.
yeah, it was like get into bed and just.
This morning we pretty much packed the whole car apart from the tent because Rafa was still asleep. I had to kind of get him up.
Packed around him.
But yeah. So yeah, so far that's where we're at, and we shall see what Romania's got in store for us. I mean, the campsites that we're staying at looks quite quiet and it looks quite nice. So
Did you just give away where we're going?
I'd already said that at the beginning of the video.
Did you?
Yeah.
We've given it away twice. If people missed the first one, they got the second one, surely.
So we'll see you soon.
Supermarket stop. Now we're obviously missing the UK because we are going to Tesco's. Why not? I've been in supermarkets in other countries a fair few times. This is the first time I've been in one that was like a Tesco's in the UK. And it was just a little bit weird because everything was like a UK Tesco's. It had all the same products. It had the budget brands from Tesco. It had the main brands from Tesco. But even half of the packages were written in English, as you can see there. But everything just had a weird price on it because it was in florins. So it was like 1,899 florins or something. But then all the signs up around the shop just felt like I'd been hit over the head and all my letters had got jumbled up. But they were all in the look of a Tesco's sign. So very strange, but hey, it's an experience. And now we're zooming off to leave Hungary and head for our next destination. I hope you'll join us then and see where we go.